Here are 5 NBA players who will have a breakout season. Starting first, talking about Jaylen Brown. I was really hesitant at first to put him on here because I try to limit it to like 4 to 3rd year players, but a year difference isn't going to hurt anybody, especially with the departure of Gordon Hayward. I really wanted to talk about Jaylen Brown because that leaves a big role to fill for the guys remaining on that team, and I feel Jaylen Brown will pick up that role perfectly and then some. Most likely going to be the second scoring option alongside Jason Tatum. I know Kemba Walker's there, but in terms of productivity with the Celtics in his first year, Kemba Walker did not provide that Charlotte Hornets Kemba Walker type player, and that's just because of the better team simply. And being an undersized point guard that rarely plays any defense, that's going to be tough moving forward, but Jaylen Brown ascending will definitely pick up some slack for the Boston Celtics this upcoming season and beyond. Brown averaged 20 points last year, and I could easily see him averaging 24 to 25,
possibly even more. I know last season in the bubble, he really stepped up, and there was quite a few players just like that. I feel this season he could elevate it even further, and it's an exciting time to be a Celtics fan.
Next up, let's talk about De'Aaron Fox, who just recently got an extension, got a supermax with the Sacramento Kings, so he's going to be stuck there for a while, and who knows how long it's going to take the Sacramento Kings to finally reach the playoffs. It probably won't be this year, but this will be the emergence of De'Aaron Fox most likely. If they're paying you that much and you haven't really done anything for the organization in terms of winning, that means they believe in you. And if the Kings believe in Fox, I have to believe in him too, right? Because that's the only positive thing going for them. He's definitely going to need help with the Sacramento Kings, but the future looks bright. If you remember that time period of Rose, Westbrook, and John Wall being like these uber athletic top 3 point guards that can slash, I kind of feel that could be a De'Aaron Fox type role in terms of a slashing point guard, especially with the emergence of guys in his draft like Jason Tatum and Bam Adebayo, who also got their max contract extensions. Fox seems to be next up to show out
this upcoming season, especially now that they've settled on Buddy Hield instead of Bogdan, who went to the Atlanta Hawks this offseason. I feel like things are starting to calm down with the Kings, and as the roster stands right now, I don't think it's good enough to do anything, but in a couple of years, if they build right, which is very doubtful, Fox would be fun to watch.
From one contract extension player to another, let's talk about OG Anunoby. The Raptors lost a lot this offseason with the loss of Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol, and although OG doesn't play center for the Raptors, this Raptors squad looks pretty weak, but I'm sure they'll be a great regular season team. I say that about the Raptors all the time, and I always get comments, you're sleeping on the Raptors. I guess calling them a great regular season team is not a good enough compliment for them. But Fred VanVleet and OG are definitely going to be picking up some of the slack for the Toronto Raptors. And I think OG in particularly is going to have an even greater role with the Toronto Raptors team and is going to be the glue. He's going to bring the defense. He's going to bring the hustle. He's going to be getting steals. And hopefully he ups his point total as well. Defense wins championships, and the Raptors got a good one right here. I really like the pairing of OG and Siakam together. And it's definitely going to be exciting to see what they're able to do in the future.
This is a guy that they would not give up to the Spurs when they were in trade talks with the San Antonio Spurs for Kawhi Leonard. So they knew his potential, and I think this is the year that potential shows out for them.
Next up, let's talk about Christian Wood, who is a great success story in the NBA. He's been bouncing around teams, getting cut from teams, and was really almost out of the league at one point until last year with the Detroit Pistons. He had, I guess, what you would call a breakout season. Averaged 13 points a game and solidified himself a nice hefty contract with the Houston Rockets. And as long as the Houston Rockets are able to control everything in terms of James Harden apparently not wanting to be there, and if Christian Wood is given a chance to play, I think it's only up from there. And this year will be his true breakout year. Because although how great he was and how great of a success story that was in Detroit, I feel he could have been given a bigger opportunity with the Pistons of all teams, because outside of having Blake there, who else do they got? John Henson, Thon Maker, like give Christian Wood that chance to play that center's position, even though he probably prefers to play power forward or physically isn't able to guard some of the top tier centers in the league. If you're the Pistons, you got to play him. But now with the Rockets, I feel if he comes off the bench behind DeMarcus Cousins or even starts with him or above him, it's only up from there, and I feel this is the year for Christian Wood. Last but not least, let's talk about Bogdan Bogdanovic of the Atlanta Hawks. He caused some problems in the NBA during the offseason. Apparently, he was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks as a restricted free agent, didn't accept the deal, and he ended up getting more money with the Atlanta Hawks, but that messed up the Bucks entirely. They got fined for it, for tampering, and although he's not with the Bucks, I think now with the Hawks he'll have an even greater role, because if not, he was just going to be a cone standing in the corner waiting for Giannis to kick it out to him and, you know, have an open shot for three. And I think that will be the same role he's given with the Atlanta Hawks, but it'll be a little bit more diverse, being in the backcourt with Trae Young. Trae Young is going to get doubled a lot, most likely, this upcoming season as he tries to push the Atlanta Hawks back into playoff contention. What I really like about this Hawks team is that they're not trying to speed up the process so much like the Minnesota Timberwolves did and failed miserably at. They're adding more young guys to their roster and having a few veteran players here and there, but aren't trading away their entirety of the young core to try to win now. They're really the Golden State Warriors, how they were built almost. They got shooters, they got defenders, and Bogdan is going to be a huge part of that success. With that said, those are 5 NBA players who I feel will have a breakout season this year. Did you agree? Did you disagree? Let me know. Let's talk about it. But before you go, check out some of these other videos on screen. Leave a like, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Thank you for watching.